Why does this get adopted into hip hop?
Like, it's weird. That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Why does
because of the Fugees.
The food?
Yeah, the Fugees. The Fugees. Hey, you said only a Fugees. It's only the few. Hey, you got a couple. You got a couple.
Not all of them. A few of them. A few of the
I know what you meant, bro. I know.
We all know what he meant, but it don't matter.
Why you just sitting there so cool, too?
Yeah. The Fugees, boy. The Fugees, boy. Let me get it in. That Ain't Hip Hop classic album review, because you guys want it, you vote on it, so we just do it. It's for y'all. We don't do it for us, we do it for y'all. Y'all voted on Lauryn Hill or Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. B, what did it beat out?
Zion won Mind Over Matter with 6%. Helter Skelter Nocturnal with 8%, and Diplomatic Immunity 25%.
Wait, it was only
classic?
Bro, are any of those?
Are any of these?
I don't think so.
Zion. I don't think that's a classic.
Wait, it really was only like 4?
It was only 4.
Here's the thing about the Dips.
I think that's like a cult classic.
It is a cult classic because it was hot at the time, but I don't know if it's like a classic.
That was homie we met at the Statistics show. That was Matt the fucking rapper that put that bullshit in
there. Right, he probably did. He probably did. He wanted us to review it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I think that was the easy choice. Right? Yeah, like compared to
yeah.
Like this is easy, man. Came out in '98. Obviously, everybody knows doo-wop. Like when doo-wop came out, like I was on that. But in '98, I really wasn't necessarily buying my own music like that. So I didn't listen to this project at the time, like in its entirety at the time like that. Like I listened to it like years later. So probably like early 2000s, like, you know, 01, 02-ish. When I really started buying my own music and stuff like that. But this is just one of those projects, man. Look, I didn't even need to listen to this, you know what I'm saying, for this review, because shit, this is something you put on. Like, this is something that, and when you put it on, you don't have to skip a fucking thing, you know. But obviously, as the years progress, this album had controversy because Lauryn didn't really write anything, right? Because this is the one that...
Oh, you mean like recently?
Yeah, recently. We did a video. We did it. So for those of you watching, you guys probably have. But yeah, we did a video actually on this album, with the controversy around this album. So it's on the YouTube channel, so go check it out if you haven't.
Yeah. Does it make y'all feel any type of way about how great this album is, but it wasn't really her? Like, it was her voice, but it wasn't her. And we hold this as a hip hop album. And we know how we treat hip hop artists.
Can I take that real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know if it does now, because when I listen back to this album, I don't look at it as a hip hop album really. It's like more of a neo soul album. It's kind of like in the realm of like Erykah Badu. And if y'all remember what I've said, I don't have a problem with like singers having people write for them. And because it's really not that much rapping on here. It's probably like 80-20. You know what I'm saying, of rapping on here, most leaning towards singing. So I guess it didn't really bother me when I look at it like that. Now, if it was all like her rapping and stuff, I may have felt some type of way about it, you know.
Especially if she was talking like about personal stuff, and it's like...
Yeah.
When I listened to this album, like the interesting thing was everyone always said she was talking about Wyclef throughout a lot of it. But it still made it universal because nothing was specific.
Right.
I wonder if that's why nothing was specific, because she wasn't writing it. But then again, did they say specifically that she didn't write the lyrics? Because I know people were saying that she didn't write the music.
I didn't hear anything as far as the writing. I always heard, well, at least when I heard Robert Glasper talk about it, he was already talking about it from like the production and the music aspect.
He said you didn't write it. You didn't write it. But what's the it, you think?
I don't know.
Well, he doesn't write music, so it may be the instruments and not the actual lyrics. Or maybe she had some contributions on lyrics here or there.
Yeah.
You know, because it definitely seemed like Lost Ones, X Factors was all about Wyclef.
But was that the whole Wyclef thing? Was that just like gossip, or did it come out factual? Because I know she said this album was inspired by like shortly after she got married to or pregnant by that one guy.
The Marley guy.
Yeah. And that's where it came.
Bob Marley's son.
Yeah. So does anybody agree with that? Like the fact, do y'all think this is like a hip hop album, more neo soul?
I mean, well, me personally, yeah, I know. Listening to her during the Fugees era.
Yeah.
I remember before the album was, when she was gonna make a solo album, I was expecting like how she was rapping on How Many Mics and Fuji. Like I was expecting that Lauryn Hill, because even though I know she sang, even though she sung on Killing Me Softly, so I already knew she was multi-talented, but I was still, when the album was coming out, I'm like, oh man, she gonna be rapping her ass off on this shit. And
that's funny. Yeah.
I ain't expected to be 80-20. 80% singing
right.
and like 20% rapping.
And see, I did. And because my introduction to her, and I said this before, was on Sister Act. So I only knew her as a singer. I didn't know her to rap. So when I heard the album, I was like, okay, this is on brand or whatever. So I thought the rapping was weird when I heard the rapping.
So you never listened to the Fuji? I mean,
not before I saw Sister Act.
I got you.
Yeah, so like So when I heard the album, I was like, oh man, this is right on mark with Sister Act. They sing the vocalist or whatever.
Like I said, I knew she knew how to sing too. I know she was good at that, but So when it came out, I was like, okay, this is a neo soul album. Like I would put that in the Jill Scott, the Erykah Badu category of albums. So I mean, I was fine with the singing, with the final product and everything once it came out. But I was, me personally at first, I was like, man. I remember I used to be talking to her like, man, I wanted to rap Lauryn Hill, man. I ain't want to sing Lauryn Hill.
I understand the whole Fuji, like that first project, the score and everything.
That second project.
What was the first one?
Blown on Reality.
But why does like the Erykah Badu's, why do the Lauryn Hills, why do they kind of get categorized
that's what
into hip hop?
But Erykah Badu doesn't even like this album did though.
Huh?
Erykah Badu does, but not like this.
Because she's looked at more from a culture standpoint, and less from a musical standpoint.
Right.
I agree, but still, even hip hop heads will say that like she's like part of hip hop.
She
like,
is.
Just because of her starting out with Wyclef and Pras and that whole history, and then putting out an album that had both hip hop and singing. See, unlike you, I expected a blend. Like I thought it was going to be 50-50. So I expected her to be rapping and singing on here. I just kind of take it as what was given at the time.
Yeah, because it's good.
It just worked so well the way she did it, the way it was sequenced. The only thing I don't like is these fucking interludes.
You didn't like the interludes, the tied together?
I did at the time. I did at the time, but it gets in the way now. It gets in the way, and there's
interludes don't age well.
No,
at all.
No,
they really don't.
It's kind of weird because this was one of the albums, around the city. Like you saw so many people playing it, and such a mixture of people playing it, male and female. Like that was the thing. Like its reach was wide ranging, and maybe because of Killing Me Softly obviously was the big hit that put them way over the top. But dudes really fuck with her, and that was the thing that when I think back on this album and that time was interesting. Like I could play this in the car, with some of my homies, and
not feel weird about it.
Yeah, don't feel weird about it. Yeah,
because you couldn't play no Lil' Kim or no Foxy and no shit like that because it was just too. It was too.
I could.
You could play Lil' Kim and Foxy. Absolutely.
I wasn't doing that with my homies. Nah, not Lil' Kim and Foxy.
Yeah.
Lil' Kim was rapping.
I could second that because and maybe it was just a Florida thing, but like a lot of me and my homies like Foxy and Kim, we didn't play them. It didn't feel comfortable.
Right.
Like in the car, it just.
Now I can probably see Lil' Kim. But Foxy?
Yeah, Foxy got some joints. I'll give you Foxy maybe more so Foxy.
Lil' Kim was rapping too.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. No. I'm not saying.
Content.
Yeah, the content.
I can't even.
And her perspective on the content.
Yeah, and shit, I was barely playing this around people. Like
I definitely wasn't playing.
Yeah, I barely was playing
all.
this because at this time I was listening to like more of the DMXs and stuff like that. I was listening to more hard stuff, so this was like a little too soft for me at the time. It was a little too happy and soft for me. I was on your shit, like, because there was a point in time where I was just listening to real hard rap, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was kind of light. So it took me. This had to grow me a little bit.
This was years for me. I wasn't on Fugees.
Yeah, me either. That's what I'm saying. I was introduced to her through Sister Act. That's how I knew.
Oh no, I heard this album. Like I said, it was years after it came out though. But people were like, "Oh, you gotta check out this Lauryn Hill."
So like 2000 or like
2000, 2001, something like that. And I was expecting a rap album because everyone prefaced it like, yo, she can rap, da da da. And I'm like, okay, let me check it out. And I'm like, what the fuck is this song singing shit? Like the first song, I'm like, okay, cool. Then like after that, like that, nah, man. I was like, I'm not listening to this shit.
You know how we always talk about classics having some type of impact or how it influenced other things. Like, who would you say this impacted?
Drake. Everybody.
Anybody that sing rap.
Yeah. She was definitely ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
She was ahead of the curve with that.
That's what I was thinking when I was re-listening to it. Like, dang, Drake and all them, this is where they got that from. Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, this was like another one of those female empowerment albums when this came out in 98. Because it wasn't, you know, you had Lil' Kim, but she was more the raunchy side. You know, she was more on that India Irie kind of like, you know, she probably smelled like patchouli type of side. But she could still like really, at the time we thought at least, she could really write songs. You know, so I got the impact. I just didn't really care that much about this album.
Yeah, I can see you not really.
So y'all still listen to this album regularly?
No. And I think,
but I don't think that's a. Go ahead.
In part because I did play it a lot when it came out that year, and it's just I think I wore myself out.
And I think it had so many hits too that it was on the radio, like just damn near every song was on the radio.
It was how many were hits besides
shit, like at least 5 I want to say.
X Factor, Lost One.
Oh, that was on the radio, X Factor?
Yep.
All that
stuff. Can't Take My Eyes Off You.
Wait, Lost One? The first jam?
Yep.
That was on the radio?
That was on the radio.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Nothing Even Matters.
Nothing Even Matters. It's man, the whole
When It Hurt So Bad. They played a lot.
Yep. Final Hour was my shit though.
That's the only one probably that wasn't on the radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was like the rap.
Exactly.
Jam. That shit was dope.
That was, yes.
That shit was.
Cause I remember listening to that. I was like, this. Like when the Final Hour came on, I was like, this is exactly what I want right here.
I remember I didn't figure out what tossed salads were until way later. I just thought she made just a regular general bar by putting dressing on salad.
That's funny.
And then when I finally connected, I was like, oh, she talking about licking booty holes? And I'm like, that line didn't age well, did it? Because nowadays, motherfuckers just talk about that shit openly like it ain't nothing.
You know what song I can't listen to anymore?
What's up?
Doo-wop.
Really?
Man,
Why?
it's just been played so much, bro.
It has been.
I just can't do it anymore.
I just can't do it anymore.
I can't.
I know that thing. You heard everybody sing that thing. That thing. Everybody sing that shit.
The album definitely closed well. You know, with the last 4 tracks. Nothing Even Matters. Everything Is Everything. Can't Take My more than 4. Actually, yeah, about 5. But yeah. So it started off hot. You know, and then it hit Final Hour. Then it, you know, When It Hurt So Bad was good too. I used to love it.
This is a good album.
I don't listen to Zion.
So
you know what? I skipped that one too. I skipped that one too.
Why?
It's too sentimental for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not because of that though. It just doesn't hit for me anymore.
What?
That Carlos Santana shit in the background. It just doesn't age
I
well.
liked it at first, but I remember the last time I listened to it, I was just like, damn, why I don't like Zion no more.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
but I remember when it
crazy.
came out, I was like, damn, I was digging that track. But yeah, it's just
Damn.
White kids.
So yeah, not. Do you want to do like why is it a classic?
that's what we always.
Well, sometimes we say is it a classic because sometimes it depends.
You run the show. You talk.
Yeah. So is it or why is it a
No.
classic?
It's definitely a classic. It's definitely a classic. Like we said, I just think from the awards alone, it makes it a classic. I think that overall the music does overall age well. I kind of agree with Ken, and I agree with y'all sentiments that interludes don't always age well for the most part, and it does add more time or unnecessary time to the album. But those are minor gripes. If we're looking at this as a classic, how influential it was, yes, 100%. You cannot talk about where hip hop has gone now with the influence of rapping and singing without talking about Lauryn Hill. So because of those things, the awards and the influences, is 100% classic.
Gotcha. You know what interlude does like stand the test of time though? These nuts.
You know what? Hey, why you got serious here?
Which one? Tell me. I want to know. Yeah, he did lean in. What? Which one?
that shit never gets old, bro.
Never. Oh, you can say that forever.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting a body joke.
Them be the best ones when you just get to catch you off guard, man.
That's the best interlude of all time, man. What you got, kid?
Yeah, man. I think it's definitely a classic. You know, they've already talked about the influence, but you know, I think it's also like one of those albums like when you talk about music overall, like you have to talk about this album, and you know, it's one that you would put it in a time capsule and you want to preserve from here on out. So you know, the impact, the positive vibes it gave to women everywhere. You know, it gave plenty of anthems for them to sing or rap along with. Talked about the kids and stuff like that. You know, her child, and you know, obviously that's something that's near and dear to them and men as well, but more to them because they give birth. So I think just overall with what this album did and the debates that continue today about whether or not it's a hip hop album or not, I think, you know, speaks volumes to what it is. So yeah, I definitely think it's a classic.
It's definitely a classic album. Just for that same thing you said, can put it in a time capsule, and you know, this one of those albums you just gotta put in a time capsule and you can still open it up and just play it anytime. But yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, Rod, look how many babies it birthed, you know what I'm saying, as far as just the type of artist that people love to listen to today that can both sing and rap. You know, for her to take off on that platform, being the MC that she was.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic. I mean, it empowered a lot of women at the time, and it definitely inspired a lot of women to be artists and to be open about their shit. And I think a lot of men too gravitated towards it. Maybe it's one of those albums that kind of crossed those barriers fairly easily. It got men sucked into it. You know, it was a R&B kind of neo soul album that dudes didn't feel emasculated jamming around their friends for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a classic. I think anybody that would argue that is just not paying attention to music. But yeah, easily a classic.
Last question I have for y'all, like, how do y'all feel about it, like, just being her only album? Do y'all think y'all cool with that? Just like kind of it just being her only album?
Her only studio album.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like her only studio album. Yeah. Everybody,
you know, like, people are. But I'll say it as her own studio album. I think that adds to it.
Yeah.
I think it adds to it.
I was thinking about that on the way here. Like how I felt about that. You seem to feel different than her. You seem to feel a little differently.
No, that was just a sound of she can't do anything, like she can't follow it up, and like we just discussed with her acoustic album. The more I think about it, I think that was her attempt at following it up, and it didn't work. So she's stuck with this being her only album. She sure as shit can't do it now.
No, I know that. We already talked about that. I'm just saying, how do you feel about it? Like, you feel like she's good. She still has her place. No,
not anymore. Not anymore. I think that her place has been questioned. You know,
you think, especially now with the whole.
That's what I mean with the whole controversy and the accusation shit. Yeah. I think her place is questioned. I think this album's place is fine. Right. This album will be in perpetuity. It will be that. Right.
But
her place.
That's what I'm saying. Her though.
I don't know, man.
People not putting her on that high pedestal no more. Yeah. I don't think so either. Because it's like you got
not people, but how do you feel about it personally? Like, dude, like, is this good? You good with Lauryn Hill being this classic album and that's it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially listen to that Unplugged, and it's like, yeah, I think I'm good with this being her only project.
I feel different. I agree that it definitely adds to the mystique of Lauryn Hill and kind of, you know, just somebody that's so talented and has such an amazing album for them not to have nothing else. So like they don't have a catalog. Like go to this and that's it.
That's it.
So that's cool. That's cool in a way. But I think that when you have so much talent and expectation, that's kind of a letdown.
Like hear more.
Yeah, because when you're that great, because she definitely was great. She's definitely talented. Like I saw her live like maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago now, and god damn, she could sing live. Like she sounds fucking amazing. So to know everything that she's done, her catalog, right, even with the Fugees and everything, for that it's it's just a little underwhelming. Like, you were supposed to have a run, a career. Yeah. So it for me, it's a bit disappointing that somebody of that level, that caliber of artist, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Isn't sometimes it kind of interesting when you have an album that is so powerful and there is no follow-up? Because sometimes like it feels better that someone doesn't follow up and then fuck up that legacy. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And that's why I also said, like, I understand how it adds to her mystique.
Sure, but you'd rather have...
Of course, because of the caliber that she is.
But what if she did an album after that? Not counting the Untitled or whatever, the Unplugged one. What if she did an album after that, or 2 albums after that, and they weren't nearly as good? So wouldn't that have fucked up the legacy of her first album? Because look at Nas. I mean, people still love Illmatic.
But its legacy is
slightly tarnished because he put out a couple of turds.
I feel that. And I think that that's the risk that you have to calculate as an artist. You know,
you got to at least try.
And that's my thing.
I get it.
You know, because if you did 1 or 2 albums and them shit was just ass, it may tarnish it a little bit, but at least I feel that. And again, for me personally, right? Like, I feel that you've tried. Like, shit, maybe the bar was set too damn high. You just can't jump that bar, and sometimes that happens, and that's cool. But you should try. Like, you're that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason. You can't give me a valid reason why not to.